Welcome to my channel. I'm here in Fremantle and I'm about to go visit the Fremantle jail. Quite a historic spot here in Fremantle. So we'll have a look around, just have a look around the courtyard. We're not going to do the full tour today, it's just a quick have a look around and see what we can discover. So you've got your convicts and what looks like a sergeant or a ranger, prison officer. And up here it says the Fremantle prison, the convict establishment. And it's quite a nice day here in Fremantle. So we'll walk up towards the prison. We'll have a look. I always love the front of this place with the big clock tower and the history. It's quite windy today in Fremantle. Everywhere you look around Freo, there's limestone.
None of that interests you? You can't go inside the prison without a guidance, right? There is 3 galleries. Any questions?
So they've got a coffee shop just out the front here as well. And tourists can walk from the town site up to the prison and do a tour. I'll just be having a look around the courtyard and probably have a look in the shop as well. So we're here in the courtyard of the Fremantle prison, and you can see just there's visiting rooms. Some people have just gone in for a tour. There's a gift shop just over here. The cafe is closed at the moment, but that's okay because they've got a cafe out the front. And up there they've also got, there's a clock tower, and that's where the wardens and the governor probably resided as well. So there's an entrance down the end there. That's where prisoners would have gone in for their first visit when they first arrived. And if you were to visit somebody in the prison, you would go into the visiting room. So we'll have a quick look in here. So they'd come in here and you'd see your prisoner and, you know, you have your conversations and everything else. I'd say that the chairs, they look like they're from the 80s. They're probably the original ones. You know what you're ever in here for. I'm a good boy, I wouldn't be in here. I think that goes out into the yard. And if you can see how thick the glass is in the window, lots of security. And there's a museum. You've got some things left over, what they found, some artefacts. An example of a prisoner. You know, life was pretty hard for people when they came into the prison. There has been a riot here, and fires. And we just walked past that bit out the front. It's very good. And down here, original flooring. So if you found misfortune to find yourself in prison, this would have been the visiting room to visit your loved ones. I love all the sandstone, and there's an entrance down here. You've got bathroom, and we'll go in here in a moment, we'll have a look. This is the wide courtyard just here, so we'll go on in, have a look in here. You got yourself a bit of a prisoner's outfit, convict. I'd say they used that colour to make sure that they could see them if they escaped from the actual prison. It's all quite fascinating. That's what you got, your ticket of leave once you left, or a conditional pardon. So interesting thing, when they were doing some excavating, they actually found this down here. And what it was an old tunnel that the prison officers and the judge, I think, used to get in and out of the jail. And they just recently discovered it. And just recently they found this stairwell here, and it goes out and actually lets you out of the jail. Amazing. There was a mass breakout in 1867. And down the end here, there's Moondyne Joe. He's a local, quite an interesting character. So if you ever come to Fremantle, this is definitely a place worth visiting. Even if you don't go for a tour, just come in here and have a bit of a squiz around. I came in early today to make sure I wasn't inundated by people, because often you try and film and you end up filming the back of people's heads. I don't know if that's a death mask. Oh, it is a death mask. So John Boyle O'Reilly, Irishman. It was a gift. 1869, had escaped. So this is the main section of the prison, and if you look up towards the top there's actually a church, and it's really nice inside. That's where the prisoners would have gone to actually worship, and whatever religion they were. It being a British colony, most folks would have probably been the Church of England. But, you know, I suppose anyone from any other nationality that had a different religion would have gone there to pray. And I think from memory from photos, this main courtyard area here, they used to grow vegetables, and it would have been an exercise yard at one stage for the prisoners. It's very fascinating. And you've got a nice big gate here as well. And see if you could try and climb over that. And you'd only end up in this side, which then you'd have to try and escape again. So if you want to do a selfie where you look like you're in prison, they've got one here for you to use. I love that door. Let's have a look through here. Now, there used to be artwork that was in here, but it's all gone. I'll have to ask the prison officers out the front what they did with it all. So Britain had overcrowded jails, and they did forced migration. Then they had a perilous journey here, and upon arrival, and then they took over from the Aboriginal people. And there's all the history. This is what the prison looked like in the day, very English. I think that was the one that the death mask was of. It would have been a hard life in the colony. I like this. I think they might be shit buckets. There's ones up there. Oh, there's an old piano. And so that's stuff that people made while they were in the prison. Old coffee tables. We've got some Indigenous, First Nations work here as well. It's very quiet here, so that's why my voice is down low. I don't want to sound like a madman, or they'll put me in jail. There's an old cart. That looks like some sort of press. And they've got all the shit buckets at the top there. It's fascinating. Well, we'll go outside and we'll have a look at the outer buildings because they're just as fascinating. But I thought I'd take you into the front part of the prison. This is free to visit. So if you want to do a tour of the jail, obviously you'll need to pay. I'll do a bit of a quick shot of the board where you pay for tours in case you decide to come to Western Australia. You can have a look around the jail. So let's have a look. So we'll go for walkies, have a look around here, see what we can find. Gate officers only. Notice. I love all these old buildings. We've got a coffee shop here as well. Some roses. Fremantle Prison Museum. Department of Corrections. Let's see if we can see the front of it. Oh, that's nice. They definitely keep the gardens lovely. This would be a nice place to stay, actually. Put out your chair out here and have a shandy. I love this. It's worn out. rust. Been through a few thunderstorms. Beautiful. It's all scorched. So it must be nice and dark, haven't they? They've got the shutter doors behind the glass. I think I've walked down this far before. Curious. Someone's got a little time on their hand to do topiary. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's an old pipe up there. Interesting. So we'll have a look down the other side. Check out some of the buildings along here. We'll go for another walkie over this side. Someone's got the window who's got a great idea. Love this. I think someone's looking back at you. Look at this. The old light fixtures. The old doors. Beautiful. Look at that. And it's even got the letterbox hatch like they do in the UK. I suppose this is where goods would have come through. Knock, knock, knock. I can see that there's a, you probably can't see it, but there's a courtyard. So that's probably how they got in, went into the courtyard. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. This door. There's a window at one stage. Got the First Nations flag there. And the stone stands witness to the courage of the Aboriginal people, their fight for human rights in Australia. And it was erected on the 28th of September 1994. I remember these lights. They used to have these around, a lot around Perth. And they've slowly disappeared, but it's good to see it's still there. They've got the things to hold the ceiling up. Hopefully it doesn't fall on my head. This tree looks like it's been here since day dot. Another door. So I love these old cottages. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I've had a bit of a closer look. Look like they've had better days. Gee, wouldn't it be nice to live in one of these? Love these old gates too. We've got the old latch. Now they've got walkways around this part down here, And then they've got steps down the end there, which I'm not going to go down because I will always go ass over tit if I go down something like that. So I'm going to go back and leave. So that concludes my video today of Fremantle Prison. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. If you like hearing me walking around talking to myself, doing walkies, please subscribe, and I shall see you next time.